Hi, everybody. It's Bill Simmons again. I'm with Pacific Book Coast Broadband Connect. With me is Maria Kelly. Maria, we had some great conversations this last year. I was amazed at what you pulled off last February. That's almost a year ago. And wow, how the world has changed. I guess we ought to let people know that you and I are on the same team now. How'd that happen?
I am so excited to be on the same team. Yeah, I was thinking yesterday, I can't believe it's been almost a year since we did the summit here in SLO County virtual summit and started trying to tee up work and then so many shifts in 2021, so many. And yeah, at the end of the year, it found me joining the consortium team, and I couldn't be more excited because I know that this work to really carry this work forward and get it continued and over the finish line, it's going to take a lot of collaboration and organization, and I love that.
Well, I'm so excited too because obviously being here in Ventura County, I've got this area handled, but we really now have some real solid boots on the ground in the north. And in between the two areas, wow, it's going to be great. But right in the middle between San Luis Obispo and Ventura, we've got Santa Barbara County, and there's a lot of action going there. Why don't you kind of read us in on how that got started?
Yeah, it was really exciting. So I was working with another organization prior to joining with you, Bill, and we were looking at making some recommendations to municipalities and the county, Santa Barbara County, on how they might choose to use their ARPA funding, since broadband specifically was called out as something that could be invested in. And there was, still some questions about, can we use it for this or that? But the critical piece was that they really did need to commit initial funds in the initial round so that they could actually apply for next round of funds. You have to show an investment initially, and approach Santa Barbara County with sort of a recommendation. And out of that recommendation kind of became a whole project, which is very exciting to be able to, work closely with municipalities and local governments and really create an open source type of strategy that's really going to support the county, Santa Barbara County, and the cities be able to do planning over the next many years.
What's really kind of intriguing about this, and I'm reflecting back on the meeting that you and I sat in yesterday with other consortia, is the realization that everything connects. All of these, it's a system as a region, and every municipality is linked inextricably to others. And so when they do strategies, there's a lot of value to doing it together.
Absolutely. And, one of the key things I've heard from telecom, and not just one, was, they're fine at deploying infrastructure in certain places, but where they really sometimes have hiccups is when they're trying to cross that imaginary border into municipalities and really provide that final mile and really create that competition that we want to see to really have, affordable broadband. Again, under Broadband for All, one of the criteria is a lower cost access and affordability. So a lot of this work that we're going to be doing is we're laying the groundwork for that affordability to actually happen. And still really work closely with telecom, work with municipalities, really help develop that positive culture of the public-private partnerships that are going to be imperative to get this deployment done. And that's what the states and the feds are asking for. They're asking for collaboration. They're asking for public-private partnerships. They're offering money to municipalities, but there's some groundwork that needs to be done. And through the strategy planning process that has come out of, initial recommendations, I feel really great about that being done, that work being, set.
So we'll be working with SBCAG in Santa Barbara County, and we've got the buy-in and support of all the municipalities. What does this next year look like? We've got a plan. There's certain steps involved. Can you give us a high-level flyover of what that's going to entail?
Yeah. Well, as with all the great work that the BCPC has already done to date, there's going to continue to be convening meetings and a lot of outreach to the cities. There's a lot of data to be collected, additional, speed test data, really to identify where those gaps are. Part of our project is a gap analysis within these communities. And that really does mean access and speed to hit those targets of what, again, the state and federal fundies, the targets they want us to hit are pretty high. And so we need to be able to justify, future grant requests to be able to meet those targets. There's going to be a lot of analysis development on do the cities have alignment in policy? Is it simple to actually deploy? How can we make it simpler? Are there ordinances and policies in place so that decisions can be made quickly to either, open trench or dig once or wherever? And then really do the analysis and find out what is the best fit next step for which, each community? And is there a way that certain communities can work together, especially those ones that are really close together, like City of Santa Barbara and Carpinteria? And sort of when you've got these cities that are really close together, it shouldn't be a competing interest. We can really look to figure out how we can build a complementary project and really make some really, good observations and good recommendations.
I think one of the points that we can also make is we really don't know what this is going to look like. I mean, these are each going to be, excuse the pun, individually owned and operated. I mean, each of the municipalities will do their thing. It'll come up to a regional thing, which will be everybody's own thing, but we don't know what that looks like. Our role more than anything is just to be a translator. It is to look at what the funds that are heading in this direction and to translate what our needs are to what is going to be qualifying for funds and help them
Right.
secure those funds.
Right. And we hear over and over again, cities are saying, well, what's our next step? What's our next step? And it's really getting on the same page is the next step. And I just am so appreciative of Santa Barbara County of being able to come together and saying, okay, what do we need to do collectively as a region? And what is that level set? Really, and it's the data, it's identifying what those gaps are. And it's, again, with that focus on making sure the middle mile infrastructure is developed, but that final mile to not just businesses, but every single homeowner looking into the future, that's the goal. And so we're just trying to help do that preliminary work so that they can get that other work done.
Well, Maria, I'm so grateful that you're on the team. I'm so grateful that you had the vision to pull this all together. And I'm so grateful for the year ahead. We're going to have a lot of fun and do some exciting things. So
it's going to be a wild ride. I'm pretty excited.
So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for this episode. We'll look forward to giving you updates along the way. And until next time, we just thank you for tuning in to Pacific Coast Broadband Connect.